What up, everybody? You're
Wow.
now tuned into Candid Conversations. I'm your host, Brandon Lampley, back today with another live stream. Man, it's been a long time once again, but we back in this thing, doing the
Back in
doggone
this.
thing. Hey,
Back in
technical
this.
difficulties and all, man. I ain't even got my setup how I want it. Like, hey, but it is what it is. We here. That's all that matters,
That's right.
dog.
We're gonna make it do what it do, baby. We're gonna make it do what it
We are
do.
gonna make it do what it
What it
do,
do.
man.
Yeah.
I appreciate everybody for tuning in. But today, as you can see, the title it is called Admit One.
Hey, boy, I'm jamming out to that. Women never miss over me. My God, I'm jamming over
Oh
there
yeah,
jamming,
oh
boy.
yeah,
I say,
oh
me
yeah,
got the hits. Me got the old school jam back in the background.
oh absolutely,
Hey, boy, I was
absolutely,
like, hey.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
man.
So,
Let's get in
man,
this
but
thing.
we gonna get into it today. It's called this Admit One. Now, I'm gonna read what I put in my notes for this, man. I say, hey, admit one. Hey, this goes for those people who don't develop anything past the surface. So whether it's looks, money, status, you got game where you got the gift of gab where you could talk to people, or people just gravitate towards you when you're constantly getting things and hey, there's really no price of admission. It's like they give you a ticket to say admit one on it. They keep handing you a ticket to go in somewhere. You're not going to do anything. You're like, yo, I can go in, just walk up, hand the ticket, and I can go straight in. But if you get to the door and they say, oh nah, man, you can't get up in here. I mean, what you doing? You can't get here with them shoes on, dog. Like you can't wear cut off t-shirts and shorts in here, man. What you doing? It's like, hey, you ain't tall enough to get in here. You don't have enough money to get in here. You don't have enough status to get in here. Not enough people know you. Who are you? When those things happen for you, what do? You go back. If that's what you want to be, you're like, well, I got to meet the standard. I got to do what I got to do to meet the standard. But if you already meeting the standard or whatever it is to get in, you're not developing anything else. There's nothing below the surface. We talked about relationships, Sean, and how it comes to whether it's men or women, but we was talking about women and how if she looks really, really good, a lot of times she doesn't have to develop anything past looking good because dudes are like, hey, come right on in. Here go your ticket. Come to the crib. Holla at your boy on the Tuesday. I mean, this just is what it is. But what are your thoughts
True.
on that?
I mean, in the words of 50 Cent, I'm, I'm leading out straight out raw, in the words of
Mm-hmm.
50 Cent, and it is true. It's true on the streets or whatever. If all, and this is on both sides, male or female, if all you got to bring to the table is looks, 9 times out of 10, you're going to do some whole shit. So, I mean, that's just the truth. That's just the truth. Because a lot of people, beyond their looks, there is nothing. There's nothing of substance.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing that's mesmerizing about them beyond their looks. That's all you got, and a lot of people are getting by in the world based off their looks alone. I mean, that's just the way this thing is working. And if a dude, that's all he wants for that moment in time, then yeah, she gonna make out all right until he get tired of it. It's like the old saying go, wherever some pretty fine woman is, there's another dude somewhere tired of messing with her, tired of dealing with her, tired of sleeping with her,
Yes.
just tired of her. And I'm not saying that to bash women. I'm just coming at you with truth. So a lot of people, they don't have nothing to offer, bring to the table beyond their looks. I mean, that's
Yes.
just true, bro. That's just what you gonna do. You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do when they come? That Erica Badu. Hey man, what you gonna? I mean, what you gonna do, man? What you gonna do?
Yes. Yeah, what are you gonna do? And shoot, that's not just for looks. Shoot, that goes to those. Hey, say somebody has money or they're very popular, they got celebrity status. I mean, you don't have to develop anything outside of that, really, in order
Right.
to get access to certain things. I mean, that just is what it is. I mean, but that's society as a whole, though, Sean. That's just not about relationships. That's society as a whole
Oh
because
yeah, man.
people get by and get on, and they don't need anything beyond the surface.
They don't. Boy, they That's the world we live in, man. It's an unfortunate thing. And I think the dudes who have had pretty women and they've been through the women of like, they start you start something, all of a sudden you ain't together, whatever. Those dudes really don't care, man. They be like, listen, man, I done been to the big show. I done seen all the bells and whistles and all the, you know, uh, flashing lights and all the sparkles. I done seen the fireworks. Um, she has to have more than just looks to sustain a man of substance. You know what I mean? And if he just dealing with her for looks, I hate to say this, but if he's a man of means and he's got himself together, and B, how many times we talked about this? She thinking she the only one. Sorry, sister, you ain't, and you never will be. It's just you because you don't have nothing to set yourself apart. You know what I'm saying? Social media be on my mama and my kids, on my dad, grandma, my aunt, my uncle. B, if I didn't have a business, I would not have social media. I'm disgusted with it, bro. There's nothing on it that's real. Like topics that me and you are having right now, this is about the realest stuff that you will kind of see. But people don't
Yeah.
like the raw stuff. They don't like the real stuff. They like the fugazi stuff. It's just so disgusting, man. But it's giving people a platform, man, where they can actually pretend to be something that they not, man. But that's what people do just in life in general. A lot of people do, man. But when it comes to, I'm like, looks is good, man. It's for me, looks is good for a moment. But I'm like, okay, you look good, okay. And what else? What else we
Hmm.
got? What
What
else we
else?
got?
Yeah. I mean, and you hit the nail on the head, Sean. Social media has we done talked about it plenty of times. It's been talked
So
about
many
over and over
times.
again, but it is taking the game and it has flipped the game on its head. I mean,
Oh
that's
yeah.
literally what social media has done. Like it's absolutely insane what the social media has done for people. But even with that said, I mean, you have to develop outside of that. One of the sayings on social media they always say when people are talking about stuff and they're like, "Yo, that's not the real world. Go outside and touch some grass, please, because that's not
Right.
the real world. That's not the world that we live in. That's social media. That's you being a keyboard warrior and nothing else. That's what it is. But that's the world people live in. Like a lot of like, hey, since the pandemic, it's people still who ain't coming out the house. Hey, they talk about people not going to church. They don't want to grocery shop. They want to get everything delivered. So it's going. That's what it is. People live on social media. So if you live on social media, Sean, you don't have to develop anything beyond the surface. You don't have to. So you got those who, unfortunately, it's kids out here who all they know is social media, and they develop their personalities off of social media, and they get in the real world they can't function because they have a personality that's fake.
That is, and B is so sad because social. You know how much social media got people depressed. B, people
Oh,
so depressed, man.
the
People so
girls
de-
getting it the worst. Girls
Yo, yeah,
getting it the
they
worst.
because they constantly and B. I don't know how many times me and you have to talk about or discuss the comparisons of this and the comparisons of that. And B, when you get a chance, look at my healthy tip of the day. My healthy tip of the day was based off time, age, and genetics. And I was trying to break down to the public audience. Listen, man, you fighting against time, you fighting against age, and you fighting against genetics. That alone should not allow you to, in my opinion, that alone, those three factors shouldn't even allow you to compare yourself to other people.
Yeah,
You don't know majority of chicks who just out there like that. Majority they what they have is pretty much a lot of stuff is fake. It's not even real. So you're compare. Why would you compare yourself to manufactured products? Fisher Price toys. That's what you're comparing yourself to. You're comparing yourself to things, ladies, that's not even real. They're manufactured. How can you even respect anything that's manufactured? I know I don't. Because B, when you touch it, it's gonna feel like something that's manufactured. It's not even real. But they can say what they want or whatever. I'm like, man, come on. You ain't do no squats to get that ass, lady. And you come on, man. Come on, stop. Please stop. Your butt don't even match your thighs, man. Can we have a real conversation? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but hey, Sean, it ain't just them though. Expecting the men too. I told you they talking
Yeah,
about
yes.
the male BBLs. Hey, you got dudes who ain't
Wait,
got
wait, wait,
no
wait.
hair.
What? What did you just say?
Well,
BBLs?
yeah, but not actual BBLs, Sean. Not actual BBLs, but they saying the male version of it is men, doing stuff to get attention from women because they say women do it to get attention from men. But
I
guys
heard the
are
man. I heard the man's got the Spanx wearing the Spanx.
oh yeah, the man the myrtle, the male girdle. Yeah, they got myrtles. Hey, Sean, they got weaves. They got what they do was bald on the top, hair on the sides. They
B,
put his hair look like mine now. Like straight up. He was bald.
B, I
Dude was
seen that.
5'5".
I said, hey, B, I seen that just a couple of weeks ago. I said, boy, these people out here lost.
Hey, it was a dude 5'5". He's 6 feet tall now, man. He got the
Huh?
surgery to extend his legs and make his legs longer. And so now he's 6 feet tall. He said it changed his life.
Hey, man, let me tell you something.
That's what it is.
Hey, B, you know how dumb it sounds to be with somebody based off their height? It sounds just as dumb to not like somebody based off their color. Hey, like
Yeah.
I say, B, these people out here lost. They so lost, man. Hey, I'm telling you, B, the world is nothing but 100% Comedy Central. It is, man. They so
Yes.
lost. You can't even get frustrated or aggravated. It just became so comical. Man, B, I done been through so much and so many disappointments and letdowns, man. I don't do nothing but laugh now. I'm like, all right, man, that's what we're doing. Okay.
That's my saying
You
right
don't
there,
even,
son.
B, I don't even argue the point no more because it makes no sense. Okay, that's what you want to do. All right, all right. It's the same redundant, mundane game. And the
Yes.
game ain't changed. The game now is so corny, it's so whack, and so old and tired. You see the game, and when you hear, you're like, that's what we
Yeah.
doing. All right. You breaking up with me. I mean, so we ain't seen each other because all right. I mean, it's just game, man. You just be like,
Yeah.
oh man, I done heard it. When you hear it, you like, all right, man. Good luck to you, man. You know what? Just leave. Don't bother me no more. It's recycled game. It's not even. It, I mean, it's not even. Golly, it's not even create. It's not even creative. It ain't even creative game no more.
No.
It's just whack, corny game. I'm like, oh man, and it's just a vicious cycle, man. So
Yeah.
what's
I
he
mean,
gonna do?
the same exact thing you just said. When I'm talking to someone and I hear any of the social media or political talking points or certain words or certain mentality, hey, that's them. I accept people for exactly who they are. In my
Right.
mind, when they're talking, I'm like, okay, so that's what we're doing. I got you. I know exactly how to handle this. And I keep it short, keep it to a minimum. I ain't trying to trigger you. I'm not trying to misidentify or misrepresent or misgender or whatever you are what you are. If you identify as an Apache helicopter and your pronouns are what's up and how you doing, okay, cool. This all right. That's you. That's your life. That's what you do. But understand that other people don't have to buy into that. Other people don't have to play into that. No
No.
one, I don't have to participate in your self-image. That's
Or
just what it is.
A B or your triggers. Because here's the thing about triggers. Triggers, and my therapist told me this. My therapist says, Sean, let me tell you something about this trauma and triggers. I gotta tell you what he told me. He clowned trauma and he put trauma and he put triggers all in the same body. Let me tell you something, son. He said, Sean, let me tell you something. He said, look here, man. He said, it ain't my responsibility for your triggers. Your triggers are your responsibility. The world ain't gonna be tiptoeing over your shit.
Yes.
He literally said, it is not my responsibility based off your trauma and triggers. That is your responsibility. And then he say, Sean, think about it. Do you really think the world is going to tiptoe over people's trauma and triggers?
No.
I was like, no. He says, so man, it ain't your responsibility. It ain't even my responsibility. It is the individual's responsibility only. He said, in other words, because we was talking about me, and then he got into trauma and triggers. And that joker just took it. He couldn't even hold in his laugh. He say, Sean, trauma and triggers are an individual's responsibilities. And what they do, they put that on other people. Pretty much they are unjustly making it other people's responsibility based off what they have gone through. And now you're getting a backlash of 10 different dudes or 10 different chicks based off of what the hell they've been through. So you getting all that backlash and attitude, whatever. He say, Sean, run to the hills and run high. He say, man, your people's traumas and triggers is not nobody's responsibility, it's their own. And Sean, the world is not going to tiptoe based off of what I've been through or based off what you've been through, based off what triggers me or what triggers you. He say, Sean, the world just don't give a shit. We do know this, right? And these people with their trauma and triggers really think the world cares about their traumas and triggers. Guess what? Everybody's got traumas and triggers. It's the individual's responsibility to deal with their own trauma and deal with their own triggers. It's nobody else's responsibility. And when he said that, man, we laughed about it, but it was such logical common sense. He said, Sean, people don't want to take responsibility and accountability of what they've been through or what sets them off. And what they do, they make it another person's fault. No, it's your own fault. You got yourself into these situations or whatever you deal with in your past. Your trauma and triggers, you can't put that on nobody else. You cannot do that. You can't be like, oh, you triggered me. I triggered you. He say, Sean, you got to deal with that. He say, Sean, and I said it in my, he's got this saying that there's a bright side to the bullshit. He said, Sean, that's bullshit. He said, but you got to look at the bright side. Sean, you need to get away from that situation, or your whoever needs to get away from that situation. That's not your responsibility.
Yeah.
That's a person who needs help. They really need help. They need individual therapy themselves, and they need to get the help to be better, because what they're doing, they're still bringing their past and they're camouflaging like it's something else. No, that ain't nothing but your past shit. You just camouflaging as something else so you can blame this person and make them feel bad or whatever the case may be. No, that's where responsibility and accountability come in. And you got all these people in the world, bro. They thinking they better. How you better when you haven't even done anything to change to get better? But
right.
I don't know.
Oh, now this is not to disparage or talk bad about those people or whatever. You are who you are. Everyone's accepted here.
Right.
You want to debate, you want to come on, whatever. We accept you all,
Right.
just how you are. Hey, look here. I just don't have to participate in your self-image or your triggers, traumas, or anything like that. I have my own things to deal with. But even with that said, these people who haven't developed anything beyond the surface for a myriad of reasons, and there are those who are not those people who want to be those people. They're doing all they can to be those people. They're actually doing things dying to be these people, man.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Wow.
It's absolutely crazy. And then they find out, like you find out, like somebody who looks physically appealing, male or female. They're like, man, I wish I look like that. I wish I had that. I wish I was shaped like this, or I was built like this, or whatever. And then you find out, after you don't talk to the person, that they insecure to the mug. They don't even think they look that good. You like,
exactly.
So but that's the thing. That's just to show that trying to become those, especially looking from the outside looking in. Let's put it this way: from the outside looking in. From the outside looking in, it all looks sweet. I mean, it all looks great. It all looks good. You know, it all has, it's sunshine and rainbows from the outside looking in. But you don't know what that person has to do, has done, or is currently doing to maintain whatever it is that they have, or the way they look, or whatever. Because a lot of times stuff like that, like you told me, it's a gift and a curse.
It is, man. And B, when I was talking about my healthy tip of the day, man, when I was talking about time, age, and genetics, I I thought all I was thinking about is my journey from falling in love with doing push-ups and sit-ups at 11 to really seriously working out at 19 and just sticking with fitness all from 19 on to now. And so I was just thinking about my journey. I was thinking about how badly I wanted to look like this at 20. I wanted to look like this at 25. I wanted to look like this at 30. So those are how the years it took. And once I got in my 30s, then my body really changed. In my 40s, it changed more. But I wanted it. And then when I got it, and I said it today in a healthy tip of the day, there's unwanted attention that I hate. I don't even want you get your body built up to a certain place where you're sticking out. You became so obsessed. Now you're above average body wise, and now you get unwanted attention, and you be like, but I remember one of my trainers told me when he was looking like me, and he was like maybe 30 years older than me. He was like, let me tell you something. When you get your body right, there's a lot of bullshit that comes with that. You're going to get the muscle jokes. You're going to get the jealousy. You're going to get the envy. You're going to date women that's even jealous of you because you get more attention than them when you walk in the room. You're going to get all and I didn't believe, when you're young, you don't believe. It went in one ear and wide the other. And then when I started seeing it, and I experienced everything he said. Mm-hmm. And so when dudes come to me, young guys, they be like, hey, man, Sean, what I got to do to get your body like yours? I said, man, you're going to have to go through a dark path, man, and you're going to have to go do a lot of work. I said, but let me tell you something. Once you get it, it's not all that it's cracked up to be. It's not. You are labeled. You are automatically labeled. You're judged. You're stereotyped that you only date a certain type of person. Some women think that you want to date women that look like you. I'm like, you get all kinds of BS. And after a while, it becomes so old and redundant. You be like, you just be exhausted of it, man. And I was just like, shit, man, I should have enjoyed them years when I just looked like everybody else. Now you get so much crap that comes with it, man. It's just like I told you, it's a blessing and a curse. It's a gift and a curse, So it ain't all that it's cracked up to be. I tell anybody, it's not all it's cracked up to be, because I didn't do it for those reasons. I did it because I was hungry for it. I wanted it for me, not for attention. I didn't have a problem before it, so I just wanted to take this experiment and get my body. Let's see how much muscle I can actually gain. And then when I got there, I was like, oh, this what comes with this. I was like, wow. I was like, wow. Oh my God. If I could rewind it, I probably wouldn't have done it, to be honest with you. I'm just being honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's why it's important to develop beyond the surface. Because regardless of what you have, where you are, how you look, or anything like
right.
that, I mean, it's there today and it can be gone tomorrow.
Exactly.
That's just life. That's just how it works. And so if you lost whatever that is today, that's the draw for you. What are you doing?
Right.
Are you going to end it all after that? Is that it? Is your life over after that? No, you have to develop outside of whatever it is. Hey, you win $100 million a day in the lotto. Hey, that shouldn't be your personality. I'm the $100 million man everywhere you go. No, because you can lose that very quickly, very easily. Hey, you built yourself a great physique. Hey, you go through some trauma, go through something, or something happened, unfortunate, and boom, it's gone. You ain't worked out in 6 months, and it's gone. And you can attest to this. Yeah, you can get there, but maintaining it is the real task. Maintaining it is the task.
It's one of the hardest things, man. And I tell people it takes years to get it, but you can lose it in a shorter. As long as it took you to get your body, you can lose that so quickly. Within like a year or two, you can definitely lose it. And the whole thing about it is, bro, I tell people the maintenance of it, to sustain it, it's one of the hardest things, because you got to stay consistent with the maintenance. Do you have to work as hard as you used to work? No, because you've built the house. It's like I built the house from brick. Now all I got to do is maintain the house. It's already beautiful. It's already good. It looks good. Everybody loves it. Now I got to maintain it. That still takes work. I don't have to work as hard because the foundation is built, but I still have to do the maintenance. If I get lazy with the maintenance, that beauty is going to diminish at some point.
Yes.
So it's work no matter how you look at it. But my thing about it is, for me, I love it so much. It's work, but it's not work. But I have those. I talked about it today. I have those. I don't feel like it's, and I have those days when I got the fuck it's. But the drive pushes me through those emotions. The drive's like, no, you got to be strong. My drive and the discipline says you have. My drive and discipline. It's like two people. They remind me every day that you got to be stronger than your emotions.
Yeah.
You got to be stronger than your emotions, man. Or your emotions take over. You're just going to keep going through the same cycle.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, okay. Oh, we at 27. So, and it's almost that time. So, what's your final thoughts on this, sir? We going in again on this.
Golly, it's so much to say, man. But I'm just gonna leave with this, man. What we talked about as far as just bringing to the table. It's okay to look good, and it's a blessing. It's a blessing to have to be attractive and have a good body or whatever. But there's no growth that comes from that place. Growth stems from a mental place, not a physical one. But how a person grow when they have no mental substance in the first place? It's from a place of self-awareness and self-examination to hold yourself accountable for your actions, persona, and mental attitude as you get older. Your mind should think differently in a lot of cases. We see that don't happen even with people in their 40s and your 50s. If you in your 40s and your 50s still talking about you got to find yourself, you have no growth.
Yeah.
You in high school, you got a high school mindset in your 40s and 50s. Talking about I still gotta find myself. You ain't grown then. How you be that old, still talking about you gotta find yourself. You know who you are. What are you? I mean, how are you lost? It's like losing a button in my pocket. No. What you got to do is make adjustments and get your mindset in the proper alignment. You ain't gotta find yourself. You are yourself. What is that about? That's a person who's not mentally in tune in who they really are. That's my final thought.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. I don't know why my comments ain't coming up. Let's see. What up, Dale? What up, Kassan? Let me see if I can. No, I can't do none of the. Okay. All right. Well, let me go ahead and get my final thoughts on this.
Yeah.
When it comes to this, I mean, it's just about developing something outside of the surface.
Right.
Just like what is your personality and interests, hobbies, or whatever it is. Being a more interested, more well-rounded, and especially when it comes to social media. Now, somebody who's older, who wasn't a part of that era, they lived life. It's a little different, man. But man, talking to kids today, man, I'm hearing them and they talking, and I'm like, man, I've heard all of this on some social media platform, whether it's YouTube or TikTok or whatever.
Right.
And they've developed nothing beyond the surface. Because let's be honest, those people who, especially if they're, if they look good, they got stats, they got the money, they have those things, they're not listening to none of this anyway, because they're like, well, you hate from outside the club, you can't even get in, so why am I even listening to this? Got it, right. Cool. But hey, you'll be back out here with the normies in no time for whatever reason. So hey, don't act too high and mighty, because tomorrow you might fall down on your face. I'm just saying.
And B, that's one of the things before we go. My grandmother used to always tell me, Sean, when you go through bad things or breakups or divorces, or you lost something, or you lose a job, or you lost money, you've hit rock bottom. She said, the beautiful thing about this world is things don't always remain the same. Those same people coming up, looking down at you, acting like they're better than you, they're going to have to come down at some point. And then you better be very careful. My grandmother used to always say, be very careful who you looking down upon. One of these days, you're going to have to look up to that same person that you thought that wasn't good enough, that you judged and you thought that this and that and that. you have to be very particular in how you handle your mindset and your attitude and how you treat people, because when you act like that, things come right back around, man. You could lose everything you got tomorrow. Or whoever you with, they can lose everything tomorrow. You sitting around there acting bougie and acting this. All right. You know what? I mean, I'm here to tell you, but you know, I'm here to tell you, but God will show you what I'm trying to tell you. I'm telling you, man, that's why I will never get. People say, Sean, you humble, I said, man, I ain't never trying to get too high to think I'm better than nobody, or think I'm better than nobody, or they not enough. Nah, I ain't. Mm-mm. So all the being high, you know how that's just it, man. We got to do a part 2 or 3 of this, man.
Oh yeah. We're gonna be on yours next.
When we say we was gonna do mine, is it Monday?
We're gonna try Monday. We're gonna shoot for Monday for sure.
Yeah, we got to shoot for Monday, man. We got to get the people what they want, man. Come on, B. Yeah. Come on, man. We got to get back. We got to get back on this thing. B, we've been screwing the pooch, man. We've been on that bullshit shit for the past couple of weeks.
Yeah. But hey, it ain't like, hey, we're not sitting on our hands. So
no, we're not. The boys just been busy and working, man. You know.
Yeah, busy working, man. It's what it is.
Busy working.
But I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Follow Sean on all of his social medias: Twitter, TikTok, Instagram.
Taylor Bay Training for You 21 Instagram. Yeah, the
whole 9 yards. Hey, and join me on my YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. I'm about to go live with Mr. Reed. We're gonna do our sports show. We're gonna talk about Fred Taylor, and it's been Hall of Fame conversation around Fred Taylor.
Yeah, I've heard it.
I'm like,
Fred does it. In my opinion, I've met Fred Taylor. Nice dude. Watch this dude play. That brother belongs in the Hall, because that brother did break some ankles. Yeah, I mean, he was the dude. The dude was everything. I don't care. In my opinion, Fred Taylor was everything. He deserved to be in the Hall of Fame. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, we're talking about these NFL gambling suspensions, boys being stupid with their money. So we're going to talk about it in just a few minutes. So join me over there. But we appreciate you guys for tuning in. Until next time, man. We'll talk to you guys later, man.
Stay up, beautiful people. Peace.